This is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station. Today I'm going to be talking about revocation or denial of passport in cases where you owe over $59,000 in debt. Just a little about me. This is the home, by the way, of the 5-minute video. I can tell you everything I need to know. I'm an expert in these matters. I've worked over about 10,000 cases. I worked at IRS for 10 years. I've been in private practice now for 40 years. I have been doing this 50 years. You can usually see me in a coat and tie when I'm in my office or when I'm on national television. I'm on TV. Many times you can see I've been on a bunch of major news stations. You can see me at 777 IRS.com, and you can see all my national interviews. Plus, more importantly, you can see my team of former IRS agents. I do these videos for 3 reasons. Really, I give you the information you need. I tell you not to get overly worried. I don't try to sell myself. I'm trying to give you information. And when I give you inside secrets about IRS, I will do that. So let me just tell you just a little history about this in a minute. About, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, the IRS passed the FAST Act, or the federal government did, and it mandated that IRS go ahead. I want to read this. By law, it's not IRS is wanting to do this. The law states if you have a serious tax debt, that means every year it goes up for inflation. Right now it's $59,000. If you owe that money, what IRS must do, they will file a federal tax lien against you. So you have a lien. If you're listening to this video, you have a lien filed against you. Whether you know it or not, you may have to do a search to do that. But they must go ahead and notify the State Department. And the State Department, I want to read this to you, will not issue passports to taxpayers after receiving their delinquent debt certification from the Internal Revenue Service. So the State Department will go ahead and deny a passport application and or revoke your current passport. So if this has happened to you, there's ways to reverse this process. It takes about 6 weeks to do that. Let me just tell you a little about it. I'm not going to over worry you with all the details, but it's very simple. IRS, you have to call IRS. When you do that, IRS is going to want a financial statement, and there's 3 ways IRS will undo all this stuff. They'll either put you into a currently non-collectible program if your financial statement allows to do that, or they will go ahead and get a payment agreement, or you can file an offer and compromise to settle your tax debt. So the bottom line to all this, at the end of the day, if you are retaining us, or anybody, they send a power of attorney. By the way, the only people that can do this for you is an attorney, a CPA, or enrolled agent. Those are the only one licensed to practice. Or if you want to do this yourself, which I don't recommend, but you can, you call IRS, and IRS is going to ask for a financial statement, either a 433F, or a revenue officer may ask for a 433A. That financial statement is so critical that you know how to fill that out and what IRS is looking for. If not, you may be bumped to a program that you don't want to be into. I'm being serious about that. Many times people think, well, IRS may take $1,000 a month, and the IRS looks at your financial statement and they look at the standards that they set, and you wind up with a $6,000 agreement. Anyway, there's 3 categories of payments, or 3 categories of closing methods. Like I said, either currently non-collectible, which means they looked at your financial statement, they said you cannot pay, so they notify the State Department, they go ahead and release that hold, or they put you in a payment agreement. When they do that, they notify the State Department, they release that hold, or you can file a good offer and compromise. And if IRS accepts that or not accepts the offer, they like the paperwork, they notify the State Department, and you'll get your passport back. Like I said, the process is about 6 weeks. We are experts in this, so the bottom line, if you have to go, if there's an emergency, you really got to get started on this right away. IRS was real clever. Somebody put this in this FAST Act, and I think the serious tax debt that IRS says at $59,000 is a joke. I mean, it should be like a lot more, but anyway, it is what it is. Make sure all your tax returns are filed. If you want to use this, I have a whole team of former agents, and you're welcome to listen to what we have to say. Anyway, give me a subscription, whether you call us or not. I would appreciate that. And by the way, feel free to ask me questions. Send me an email. You'll find my email there, or call me, or make a comment. You may not like my hat or something. That's fine. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate the subscription.